Well, guys, welcome to Downtown Ray Mel. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, December 7th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mel, that's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Robert Downey Jr. and Don Cheadle paid tribute to their late Avengers co-star Chadwick Boseman on Sunday night's MTV Awards Greatest of All Time event. Boseman died of cancer in August. He was 43. In addition to starring in Black Panther and in other superhero blockbusters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Boseman acted in the films The Five Bloods, 42, Marshall, and Get On Up. He will soon be seen in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Boseman was named Hero of the Ages on Sunday's MTV program. Downey said, Mr. Boseman truly embodied what it means to be a superhero, and he wasn't just a hero on screen. His list of selfless and inspirational acts and deeds is too long to recount here, consistently showing up during trial and triumph for family, friends, and fans alike, some of whom were battling the same invisible enemy. He was the most heroic when just being Chad. Cheetah added, each time he stepped onto the set, he inspired and influenced there. He had an incredible power to unify people in their love for his work and their respect for him as a person. The way he lived his life united people behind a higher purpose, and that will be his legacy. Kevin Hart scored the award for Comedy Giant during the ceremony, while Wonder Woman 1984 star Gal Gadot earned the Shiro accolade. And The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates co-stars Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler won the prize for Dynamic Duo. Another highlight of the show was when Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair attempted to recreate their iconic kiss from the 1999 movie Cruel Intentions, but were separated by a plastic screen due to the coronavirus pandemic. Actress and singer Vanessa Hudgens hosted the MTV Awards Greatest of All Time. Warner Bros. Pictures has released a new minute-long trailer for Wonder Woman 1984. The preview for the Gal Gadot movie debuted Sunday. The sequel to the 2017's Wonder Woman is set for release on HBO Max December 25th. Directed by Patty Jenkins, it will see the titular superheroine clashing with the villains Max Lord, played by Pedro Pascal, and the Cheetah, played by Kristen Wiig. Connie Nielsen can be heard as Hippolyta, Diana's Prince, Wonder Woman's mother, narrating the new trailer. She says, Diana, one day you will become all of that you dream of and more. Everything will be different. This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. You will become a legend. Wonder Woman can be seen throughout the clip dancing with her beau, Steve Trevor, running through streets, fighting her foes, and flipping a truck and lassoing a plane. Oscar Isaac has been cast as Solid Snake, the lead role in Sony's upcoming film adaptation of Metal Gear Solid. Jordan Vogt-Roberts is directing the film based on a script by Derek Connolly. Avi Arad is producing. The film is based on the first game in the Metal Gear Solid series by renowned game developer Hideo Kojima. The title was released for the PlayStation 1 in 1998. Kojima developed 4 more sequels, with Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, arriving in 2015. Metal Gear Solid follows Solid Snake, a retired soldier who must use stealth to infiltrate a weapons facility located on Shadow Moses, a remote island near Alaska, has been taken over by a special forces unit named Foxhound. Metal Gear refers to the giant mech in the game that has nuclear strike capabilities that Foxhound obtains. Isaac will next be seen in Dune, HBO's Scenes from a Marriage, and the title role in Marvel's Moon Knight series. Oscar-winning actor Mahershala Ali and Mad Men alum Jon Hamm have joined the voice cast of the Amazon Prime animated series Invisible. Also added to the ensemble for the adaptation of the Robert Kirkman comic book series are Ezra Miller, Clancy Brown, Djimon Hounsou, Jonathan Groff, Nicole Byer, and Jeffrey Donovan. Kirkman tweeted Saturday, "Whoa thread," alongside with the show's casting news. Previously announced stars include Zachary Quinto, Carrie Payton, J.K. Simmons, Walton Goggins, Stephen Yang, Seth Rogen, Zazie Beetz, and Mark Hamill. Rapper Eminem made a brief appearance on Saturday Night Live's parody of his obsessed fan song Stan. In the comic video, SNL castmate Pete Davidson played Stu, a disturbed young man who becomes increasingly threatening in the letters he writes to Santa Claus asking for a hard-to-find PS5 game system. At the end of the song, Eminem, wearing an ugly Christmas sweater, sits under a tree and opens a present addressed to him, his nickname Shady. The hip-hop star says, "That's crazy at PS5. I didn't even ask for this. I guess Shady was a good boy this year. Sorry, Stu, you fucked up." Guest host Jason Bateman played a mall Santa. Cicely Strong played Mrs. Claus in the holiday and coronavirus pandemic-themed sketch on this weekend's edition of Saturday Night Live. In the scene, the King and Queen of Christmas were standing in individual magic snow globes so they could safely greet families after they sanitized their hands with the help of a virtual contactless elf. When a little girl and her parents, who were all wearing festive face masks, approaches to pose for a photo, the unstable clear plastic ball rolls off a platform, blooding Santa's nose and upending Mrs. Claus' cupcakes. This weekend's episode also showed Manhattan's Duplex nightclub hosting an outdoor cabaret performance during the pandemic. Bateman played musician Devon, who wore a plastic face shield and protective gown over his suit. Glamorously dressed performers Charlie and Billy, played by Bauer Yang and Cicely Strong, cheerfully kept the show going for a handful of masked audience members, insisting New York will survive its current dire circumstances. Meanwhile, Devon complained that his piano was stolen off the street during a previous act. His substitute plastic keyboard was melting under a heat lamp, and their previously outdoor setup had been decimated by a bus and cab because they placed it in a street turning lane. During his monologue, Bateman noted he last guest hosted the show 15 years ago, earlier, when he shared the stage with the live chimpanzee. Bateman explains, if the show did this sketch today, they would use a puppet or a kid in a fuzzy suit, for safety. But back then, they used a real male adult chimpanzee. This was 2005. And he says things were so loose that at the end of the show at Good Nights, the monkey was allowed to take a bow with us up here. We're all hugging and saying good night. The credits are rolling, and then the monkey tried to kill him. Footage from the older episode was then shown to illustrate the story. Bateman can be seen kneeling down to praise the chimp, which opened its mouth and lunged at his face, causing the actor to recoil. While most of the cast seemed to miss the moment, SNL player Rachel Dratch, who had been petting the animal, looked surprised, jumped back, and put her hands to her face. A new trailer for Last Man Standing showing Tim Allen's character Mike Baxter meeting Tim Taylor, the role he played on the sitcom Home Improvement. The 9FM final season of Last Man Standing is set to premiere on Fox on January 3rd. The 30-second preview released Friday shows Taylor dressed in his signature Binfield t-shirt and tool belt, shaking hands with Baxter in the kitchen of Baxter's home. Taylor introduces himself, Tim Taylor, they call me the Tool Man, with his trademark primate-like laugh. Baxter tells him that's a little annoying. In another sequence, Baxter is seen sporting a substantial beard. He says, I could play Santa Claus as he strokes his facial hair. Allen also played the Christmas icon in 3 holiday-themed movies, the Santa Claus franchise. Allen recently announced he and his Home Improvement co-star Richard Karn are reuniting for a new history competition show called Assembly Required. Home Improvement initially aired on ABC from 1981 to 1999. The Queen's Gambit star Anya Taylor-Joy and the Crown actress Olivia Colman are to play the leads in the BBC special Cinderella, a comic relief pantomime for Christmas. The hour-long program is set to air on Christmas Eve. Taylor-Joy will play titular Wolf, and Coleman will portray her fairy godmother. The ensemble will also include Helena Bonham Carter, Gus Kahn, Tom Hollander, Reggie Jean Page, Jimmy Akibola, and siblings Daisy May Cooper and Charlie Cooper. The network said in a press release Thursday with surprises and cameo plenties, including an incredibly famous person wearing an incredibly unconvincing horse costume. This brand new virtual adaptation promises to be the starriest show on TV this Christmas. And while the public watch, they will also have the opportunity to donate to the comic relief projects if they feel able to. They are working to help people living with hunger, struggling with their mental health, or feeling lonely or unsafe this Christmas. Love Actually filmmaker Richard Curtis is the program's executive producer and the founder of Comic Relief, an organization that fights hunger around the world. Curtis said in a statement, "We usually are grateful to BBC Two and the amazing cast for allowing us to do our first ever pantomime. It is very funny and merry, and also a great sensational opportunity to raise crucial funds for the projects that will help the most vulnerable people at home and abroad, especially now that when COVID has made things harder than ever for many." Portia Williams has confirmed her split from fiancé Dennis McKinley. The 39-year-old Real Housewives of Atlanta star gave an update on her relationship with McKinley during Sunday's episode of Watch What Happens Live. Williams was asked about her status with McKinley, who recently posted and deleted about being single ASFK on Instagram stories. She was also asked if she and McKinley are living together. Williams responded with the laugh, "Girl, how are you going to live here when he's single? No, we are single. We are exactly that, single." Williams said, however, that she and McKinley are very cordial and have a great co-parenting relationship for their 20-month-old daughter, Pilar Jenna. Williams and McKinley previously split in June 2019 and were engaged again as of December 2019. Williams said on Instagram in October that she was single again. On Watch What Happens Live, Williams also weighed in on the conflict between Real Housewives of Potomac star Monique Samuels and Candace Dillard. During a September episode of Real Housewives of Potomac, Samuels appeared to drag Dillard by the hair and hit her during a fight. Williams, who once got into a physical altercation with her Real Housewives of Atlanta co-star Cynthia Bailey, said she's given advice to Samuels. Williams says, the biggest thing that I talk to Monique about is just setting boundaries with yourself and protecting your energy. My biggest thing is to her is just to concentrate and think about in that moment that you don't have to react to what is happening right now. You can always pull yourself out of it. Think about your family. Think about what else is going on in your life besides who you're arguing with or what the situation is. That can snap yourself out of a situation." Real Housewives of Atlanta returns for a 13th season next Sunday on Bravo. The season co-stars Bailey, Kendi Burris, Kenya Moore, and Drew Sidora. Actor David Lander, best known as the greaser Squiggly on the 1970-1980s American sitcom Laverne and Shirley, died Friday from complications from multiple sclerosis, his family said. Lander was 73. Lander performed as a squeaky voice sidekick to Michael McKean's Lenny in a routine developed by the two actors while they were students at Carnegie University in Pittsburgh. Lander, a character actor, also played the memorable radio sportscaster in the 1992 baseball movie A League of Their Own, uttering the memorable lines, "I have seen enough to know I have seen too much." Born on June 22, 1949 in Brooklyn, Lander attended New York's High School for the Performing Arts. After college, he and McKeenan moved to Los Angeles, joined the comedy ensemble The Credibility Gap, Variety reported. Lander died Friday at around 12 p.m. at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, TMZ reported. The duo co-starred in 1941, a comedy by Steven Spielberg and Kurt Russell's Used Cars. The two also voiced animated penguins Harry and Louie in Oswald. Lander also voiced Rumpelstiltskin in Disney's children's show Goldie and Bear and Donnie the Shark in SpongeBob SquarePants. In 1979, Lander and McKean released an album, Lenny and the Squigtones. Lifelong baseball fan, Lander also worked as a talent scout for the Anaheim Angels and the Seattle Mariners, and briefly was a co-owner of the minor league Portland Beavers baseball team. Lander went public with his diagnosis of multiple sclerosis in 1999 and served as a goodwill ambassador for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Lander and wife actress Kathy Fields spoke out in October about the changes to health insurance benefits faced by retired members of the SAG-AFTRA Actors Union. Fields says you can see where this gets people into medical bankruptcy. Lander is survived by his wife and their daughter Natalie Lander, who were at his bedside when he died. McKean posted a black and white photo of the duo on Twitter on Saturday. Universal Music Publishing Group announced Monday it has acquired music legend Bob Dylan's complete song catalog, which spans 60 years. The term of the deal was not disclosed. Lucian Grange, the chairman and chief executive officer of Universal Music Group, said it in a statement, "It's no secret that the art of songwriting is a fundamental key to all great music, nor it is a secret that Bob is one of the very greatest practitioners of that art. Brilliant and moving and inspiring, beautiful, insightful, and provocative, his songs are timeless, whether they were written more than a half a century ago or yesterday. It is no exaggeration to say that his vast body of work has captured the love and admiration of billions of people around the world. I have no doubt that decades, even centuries from now, the words and music of Bob Dylan will continue to be sung and played and cherished everywhere." The singer-songwriter and civil rights icon is known for his hits "Blowin' in the Wind," "The Times They Are Changing," "Like a Rolling Stone," "Lay Lady Lay," "Forever Young," "Knocking on Heaven's Door," "Tangled Up in Blue," "Gotta Serve Somebody," "Make You Feel My Love," and "Things Have Changed." Dylan has earned 10 Grammys, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a Golden Globe, and an Oscar throughout his storied career. He was presented with the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016 for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. That year, the University of Tulsa and the George Kaiser Family Foundation acquired his archive of letters, photographs, videos, and manuscripts. The entertainer has sold more than 125 million records, and before the coronavirus pandemic hit, had been performing about 100 shows a year. B, the latest offering from K-pop star BTS is the #1 album in the United States this week. Coming in #2 on the Billboard 200 charts dated Saturday is Megan Thee Stallion's "Good News," followed by Ariana Grande's position #3, Pop Smoke's "Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon" in #4, and featuring Lil Uzi Vert with "Pluto Times Baby Pluto" in #5. Rounding up the top tier are Taylor Swift's "Folklore" at #6, Luke Combs' "What You See Is What You Get" at #7, Chris Stapleton's "Starting Over" at #8, Juice WRLD's "Legends Never Die" at #9, and Carrie Underwood's "My Gift" at #10. And finally, the animated adventure The Croods: A New Age is the #1 movie in North America for a second weekend, earning an additional $4.5 million in receipts, Box Office Mojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in #2 is Half Brothers with $670,000, followed by Freaky at #3 with $450,000, All My Life at #4 with $350,000, and The War with Grandpa at #5 with $335,000. Rounding up the top tier are Come Play at #6 with $231,000, Let Him Go at #7 with $210,000, and The Grinch at #8 with $59,000. Earlier in the week, Warner Bros. Announced plans to release all of its 2021 films on their scheduled dates simultaneously in theaters and on the HBO Max streaming platform due to viewer habits amid the coronavirus pandemic. And that is your Entertainment Report for Monday, December 7th, 2020. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.